Time to play the Nationals. I don't see Bryce Harper in the lineup. He could be a pinch hitter. Lead the league with 157 strikeouts.
Back here on the MLB pregame show, Matt Vasgersian getting you set for the finale.
Threw a no-hitter the last time I played.
That'll come your way in mere moments, but first we'll take a look at the Topps Player Spotlight. Big Dog Bobo will be our subject.
Of course, and they're going to talk about my Cy Young Award win that I've gotten like 9 times.
A nice piece of MLB Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the great state of Florida and Marlins Park in Miami. Today, the third and final game in this 3-game series between the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins. It's Marlins baseball, and it comes your way next. A moment now to take a look at the visiting Washington Nationals. Steve, how do they go about ending this losing streak they're in the midst of?
Well, you're going to get a heavy dose of those sinking fastballs, so you got to
still don't see no Bryce Harper in the lineup.
If you swing at anything down, you're going to be rolling over pitches, and it's hard to get a rally started if you're hitting.
Threw a no-hitter my last game against the Phillies.
And then you get a look at the starting pitcher, whose job it'll be to keep these guys in check. His number is right there on the right side of your screen.
3 strikeouts away from 400 on the season.
Robert Pullman heads for the box, ready to lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for Washington, first baseman, number 3.
All right.
Out in front of it, strike 1.
See how I follow up the no-hitter from my last start.
The windup and the 0-1. In there, and he's in control 0-2 now. These Marlins, EK, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've been on a real nice run of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games.
And this is the final game of the homestand before they hit the road for 7 games. So you can bet they'd like to head out on a winning note.
They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention, especially when it's on the inner half.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And this is swung on and missed on a great pitch that time, and the leadoff man is down on strikes to get this one started. And here's how the Nats line up in this one. How do they get back into the win column?
For the third time, no Bryce Harper in the starting lineup.
Well, they're going to have to hit some gappers out there because they are dead last in stolen bases. They can't run. If they're not going to rely on any speed, they really need to get a consistent power production and drive in guys with extra base hits.
Into the windup and the pitch. Russell Palucci comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And set up behind the plate is Ricky Holiday, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, kind of strangely, Holiday has a bit of a reputation for rewarding the high strike. And that can really upset the hitters sometimes because the pitcher isn't usually trying to throw it there. So we'll see if any of that shows up.
Swing and a little tapper that rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul. Got him.
Got him.
And with that, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive
Ain't got no notables on my team.
Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up.
Other than me.
We'll see how that impacts this game.
Well, off the plate and low here, ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
He might have thought he'd be getting another dose of that curveball because he was way behind that one.
just starting things out here in South Florida. And they'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
And oh, look out, up and in and nearly took his head off.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you up if he has to.
And this is
and there goes the perfect
game.
game.
So it's a 2-out walk here in the top of the first.
And you'd like to say, good job there, good eye. But in reality, nobody's swinging at that pitch. It's not even close.
Now we got 2.
Right there for strike one.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch. But you got to do it. You can't give up on that inside corner or this guy will bury you.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2.
Come on, big guy. Get yourself right here.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning.
4 up, 3 go down on swing.
Felipe Ramirez steps in, hoping to get things going at the plate. You can see it's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games.
Can't have too many 19-pitch innings.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. You have to figure that sinker's going to be an important pitch for him here this afternoon.
No question about it. Obviously, it's his ground ball pitch, so if you're a hitter, you're going to need to make him bring that pitch up a bit.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. And he takes a called strike 2.
Count 1 and 2.
And he looks at a called strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Well, it's been something of a strikeout fest here to start this game off. Already 4 strikeouts now in the first 5 batters. Now that's going to be a tough pace to keep up.
Stepping in now, Alexi Amarista, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike.
Hey, play the 1 now.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Amarista is retired.
And that's 5 Ks.
Boy, that's a really nice play there behind the plate. He doesn't panic. He takes his time and makes the good throw on to first. So score that a strikeout with a 2-3 putout for good measure.
Standing in now, Christian Bethancourt.
Hey, come on.
And
get
this
ahead.
one's nowhere
Ball 1, no
close as
strike.
that bounces to the plate for ball 1. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 4 home runs
2 balls,
and
no
16
strike.
RBIs. Look out, 2-0 now.
Yeah.
Take sign must have been on there because that's
Count is
right
2
down the
and
middle.
1.
Strike 1.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and
Nope, that's
he
down.
may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Hard hit ball to second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Jason is
boy,
into the
we got
box
2
as
runs.
we are all set to begin the third.
Second baseman, Jace Peterson.
Hey, no outs here. Nobody out.
And he starts the number
0-1's
8
the
hitter
count.
with a strike. 0-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And he got him. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Yeah, Matt, he's been very impressive this year. He currently leads the entire National League right now. And pitching wins, they just aren't as celebrated these days as they once were. But I'll tell you, if you're leading the league, you're one of the best pitchers around. We'll see if he can hold on and add another win to his total in this one.
Richie Arroyo is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Nationals have yet to crack the hit column thus far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
2-1 pitch is a cut fastball taken for strike 2.
Oh,
2-2 pitch is a fastball high, so it runs full. 3-2.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. Irizarry has a read on it, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Robert Pullman digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
I got any thing to say about it. Stay 0.
Hey, get ahead, stay ahead right here.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Doesn't matter what I say. Throw a bad pitch.
And he lays off for ball 1.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
A ball and 2 strikes the count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
Oh, and he's sure got a good one, doesn't he? That ball goes from about knee-high to ankle-high in a matter of about 5 feet.
2-2 now with 2 away and the bases empty. And here's the ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. And foul. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They trail things here 2-0. Big Dog Bobo digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And they
Big Dog Bobo, 16 home runs.
Just adding on.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Belted high and deep into right center.
Deep and right.
Ranging back.
It's out of here.
Later, over the wall, a home run.
Yeah.
Solo shot to right center. Number 17 for him on the season as the Marlins have taken a 3-0 lead.
.408. Yeah.
You want to talk about instant offense? How about the first pitch of the inning? He's just hoping to get ahead here with a first pitch strike, but now all of a sudden, he's got a guy circling the bases.
Russell Palucci is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather
Settle
than
down
later.
here. Need to give up a couple ground balls. Get my pitch count down.
Drops in a
All right,
strike
gotta
to
make
start
it to the 8th inning.
0-1.
Nope.
Now a fastball that's taken
Ain't swinging
close
it.
that time,
Nothing.
but it's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. To first, Chavez is right there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder,
Dwayne Dages is into the box, reached base via the walk in his first appearance. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Nationals have yet to crack the hit column thus far. Skied into straightaway right. Irizarry moves over. 2 gone.
Nice catch.
third baseman number 2.
Digging in to try it again, Carmen Urbina. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory.
There we go.
And he'll get under
Quick
it to
one
put it
pitch
away
out.
in foul territory, and that ends the...
That helps.
Leading off the inning, Felipe Ramirez.
Felipe.
They'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Still pretty early, but they don't have any hits yet, so you need to get it going offensively.
In there, strike one. The pitch count there. One pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it should be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Squared that one up just a little late. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High
and there goes
deep,
aspirations of a back-to-back no-hitter.
Is gone. So a solo shot down the line.
Supposed to be a high
left.
fastball.
6th
Somehow
home
it
run
got
on the
low.
season for him, and the Nationals are on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Into the seats, 0-1. Oh, good spot on the black for strike 2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Now batting.
At the plate, Christian Bethancourt. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Here we go.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. McCauley giving chase, and a dive out there in left center, but he can't come up with it. Jace Peterson in now. He went down looking at his first trip to the plate.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Low for ball 1.
If you're hitting left-handed, all you can really do is just kind of quit on that pitch and hope it doesn't find the outside corner.
Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1.
And you know, you get stuck sometimes being that number 8 hitter, trying to work the count and trying to buy a little extra time for your pitcher. Now that's a pitch right down the middle that maybe a number 4 hitter jumps all over.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
2 strikes.
Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by him.
Into the box now, Richie Arroyo. He'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
The count is 1 and 2.
Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Only 1 in the inning for the Nationals. Now to the plate, Big Dog Bobo. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, the last time that was a fastball, and it didn't really look like he got all of it.
Throw me another fastball. He's going to do it.
Probably helped it a little bit, and he just snuck it out of here.
Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Sharply hit ball back up the middle. Now gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Got himself a base hit.
Well, you love
Hey, 1 pitch. Make the yard.
Christopher McCauley will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Hey, get your pitch right now.
Runner goes. Hit hard to the right side. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
All right, come on, baby. You're up. You're up. You're up.
And they'll have runners at the corners following the one-out single.
The left fielder,
Good
number
play.
25.
Junior Lake will stand in for the third time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Come on, buddy, get me
3-1
home.
our score as we play inning number 5. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. Ramirez is there. Let's see if they test it. The relay throw. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll
What
end
a
the inning.
fail.
So no runs here on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Robert Pullman will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
Ball 1. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. To 2-2 now.
2-2.
Yeah, and he's really getting over the top of that curveball.
Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. So this has been another fine outing for him this afternoon as we check out the league leaders in ERA.
Yeah, as soon as I got me ERA under 1.2.
He leads the National League in that
What do I do?
category.
Give up a
So
home
far
run the
this year,
next game.
Nobody's had an answer for his stuff. He's been dominant. Not only that, but the defense behind him has been rock solid as well.
Russell Palucci swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced. So he's pitching very, very well right now.
And out at first as he almost beat him to the bag that time, but the foot just beats the runner for route number 2.
Left fielder,
Dwayne Dages will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far. First delivery to him on the way. Swinging a liner back through the box, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
And they're able to keep the inning alive as you check out the numbers on his performance so far. That's just the 3rd hit he's allowed to this point. He's been pretty much in control the whole way.
Carmen Urbina is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1.
But now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. Felipe Ramirez will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, let's not.
This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
And he looks at one in there, 1-2. Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the best curveballs he's thrown. Not just for the break, but the spot he threw it in. Dropped that one right where he needed it to be.
And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Alexi Amarista stands in as he looks at a called strike. A 1 pitch on its way. Man, a fastball just misses. It's 1-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors so far for the Nationals. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Chopped weakly to the left.
Oh, I ran the wrong
To
way.
his right, Gold. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word. Christian Bethancourt will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Late will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning.
The batter, number 9.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Jace Peterson. But a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1.
Yeah, you know, sometimes guys get caught up in thinking about being the big hero. The key here, though, is just keep it simple. See the ball, hit the ball. Usually the best results come with that mindset.
Called strike 2 on the cutter, and he's behind in the count now, 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
And for all the pitches he's thrown, only 1 walk so far.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. A hit and an error in the inning, but they failed to score. Time to get him. Big Dog Bobo will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
Hey, get your pitch up there. Come on now.
1 on, 2 out.
Oh, and he gets a hold of this one as it's in the air to deep left. Does he have another one? He does. It's another home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left, his second of the game, as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
$10 feet shorter than my one to right center.
Yeah, make it 4 home runs as a team now after that last one, and this guy's led the way with 2 of those 4. I tell you, I wouldn't give this guy anything to hit next time around. He's as locked in as you can get.
Aaron Barrett will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
And there's ball 1. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
Put him away. Give him your best stuff. Here we go.
Now a cutter, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Yeah, it's a good battle to start this inning. That's what you like to see when you
Got
got a
him.
guy out there that's getting up there in the pitch count.
Got him. And that's number 15 for the ball game. So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. So when you hand him the ball, you know he's going to have a pretty good chance of closing the deal. And you know, complete games are getting more and more rare in today's game. He's a rare breed. I really enjoy watching him pitch.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And with some of these guys, it's like they're in an 0-2 count before they even come to the plate.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. And the fastball easy to lay off that time, 2-2.
Well, I know the adrenaline can get to you sometimes, but when you start overthrowing your fastball like that, that's a bit of a red flag.
I'll tell you what, if you're related to this guy right now, you might want to turn away from the screen because this is going to be tough to watch. Here they are, one after another. That's 4 strikeouts for him, and that's called the golden sombrero.
Russell Palucci will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
In there at the knees, strike 1. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
You talk about coming back with a shutdown inning. How about striking out the side to give your guys a little bit of a lift? He's 1 pitch away from doing just that.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a 3rd time.
Full count, 3-2.
Such a good at-bat right here. When you can grind out 7, 8 pitches against a guy that's running short on gas, that can be huge.
He spoils another one, and will do it again. Here comes the payoff pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way, and a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down
Coach
for Washington. They're down 5-1.
Not going to let me finish the game. Yep. We held on. Another 16 strikeout performance. Gave up 1 home run.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB.
Who we got next? Philadelphia. I just no-hitted them 2 weeks ago. Alrighty. My 1.16 ERA back to Philly.
Both teams getting their final warm-ups in as we welcome you back to the MLB pregame show. First pitch of Game 2 in our series is right around the corner. But before we turn that corner, here is our Topps player spotlight. Big Dog Bobo is our man to watch as he enters this game riding a 10-game hitting streak. Steve, what do you think about his chances of extending it in this game?
Well, Matt, we all know that these streaks are always tough to keep going, especially when people start to catch on that they're actually happening. Plus, the pressure just keeps rising the longer they get. Now, this isn't really that long a streak by any means, so I doubt that he's feeling any pressure yet. I think he's just really having fun with it. But if he continues to stick to that same approach he's had over the last 10, I think he's got a good shot to keep it going for a little while longer. And, you know, it always helps if you get that hit out of the way in your very first at-bat. So we'll see if he can get that done in this one.
All right, the guys and I will be back to get this one started on the show right after this.
Kind of funny they were talking about pitcher having a 10-game hitting streak. I had like a 36-game hitting streak before I got ended.
Philadelphia. Tonight, the second of 4 between the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show.
.19, so this might be a tough game.
And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, I know they're hoping to get more production out of that 7-hole these days. He's really in a slump, hitting less than 200.
They traded for Carlos Cruz.
Charles Regan comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Charles Regan.
Clutch hitter.
Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. This Marlin Ball Club era Karros as they begin play here tonight. They come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Guess I won't be no hit in the Phillies today.
4 games on this road trip, so lately they're in a bit of a holding pattern, but they could be ready to break out right here.
Hideki Kida will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you're right. His last game was excellent, but he just keeps adding to those numbers. Over his last 10 games, he's been hitting over 350. I'll take that anytime.
And that misses inside 1-0. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Got no one out now.
Throw over to the bag, and he just manages to get his hand in.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Marisnick over to his left. 1 down. A moment now to check out the hometown Phil's starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
This team strikes out more than any other team in the league. They need to put the ball in play and have some more productive at-bats.
George Springer will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. And he got him at second on a perfect throw.
Well, that was kind of surprising to see him stealing anyway. It didn't really look like he had a great lead at all, and they throw him out by a country mile.
By a country mile.
2 out, nobody on. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. After 1, no score. Julian Benitez will stand in.
30 home runs,
had 3 hits in the win last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
And he lays off there, 1-0. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
In the dirt, it's 3-0 now.
Now, this one sets up a big pitch because you don't want to lose that leadoff guy in a scoreless ballgame.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. Figure we'll probably see a heavy dose of that sinker here tonight.
It's really a pitch he'll lean on it, especially when he needs that ground ball. But even in situations like this where he's just trying to get ahead.
Got him.
Risnick going back.
And that's close. He's on the track.
Records the first out. And with that, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, they know their man on the hill has more strikeouts than anybody in the National League. Sometimes that can
they
make
didn't
you
talk
a little
about me
bit
hitting
lazy out in the
400
field.
strikeouts
You
on the
just start
season last
watching
game.
swings and misses. You've always got to be on your toes, though,
Wow,
because the ball
look
will
at
be
that.
put in play, and you're going to have to be ready for it.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. And he makes the throw to first. Hernandez is retired, 2 down now.
The shortstop.
Claudio Ayala will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night.
Well, he's had 7 RBIs in his last 10 games, so he is producing runs, and he had another good one yesterday.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Inside corner, a ball and a strike. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Stepping in,
Big dog Bobo.
He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Big dog Bobo. Stay hot, baby.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. That's popped up out towards short right field. Regan is there for it. And that's the second out of the inning.
Quest to get
Hector
my batting
Sanchez
average back over
digs into the box
700.
in the
Just
bottom
took
of inning
another
number
hit.
3.
For the Phillies,
We're so close.
catcher Hector Sanchez.
Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Hey, nobody out now.
Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now. Hit hard back up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Again.
Striding into the box, Enos DeLong, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
McCauley moves over. He's got it 1 away.
No runner, hold it right there, hold it.
Chris Barrow comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play. And they'll try and play for 1 here as he gets this one down. The second for 1 on to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Now batting,
Charles Regan will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first.
And you know, guys, I just love the way he went the other way with that. Now I'm interested to see if he has a similar approach in this at-bat.
Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Hideki Kida is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
He's swinging for the fences.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
Hit on the ground is short. Mathiasen is up with it. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
The right fielder, number 4, George Springer.
George Springer is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and he went down in flames, too. Got him on just 3 pitches.
Cruz scoops it up on to first, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder
Julian Benitez is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters he's faced, so that's a pretty good percentage because we're into the middle innings right now.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away. Seems like he's gotten away with more than a few location mistakes so far.
Yeah, and that's not going to last forever, especially in this place.
A little bouncer, but it gets foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia.
Staring him down.
4, still tied. Big Dog Bobo is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Oh, high.
Oh.
Deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A
Gone.
long home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in left. 19th home run for him on the season, and the Marlins have taken a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, buddy.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Leading off the inning, Cesar Hernandez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Hey, get ahead, stay ahead right now.
Fans, a reminder that our series with the Marlins continues here tomorrow afternoon. Good seats are still available at any ballpark ticket window or visit us online at Phillies.com. And we'll see you right back here at Citizens Bank Park.
Oh, that umpire was fishing with the bat. Look at the fanatic. Not a whole lot of people here. You'd think there'd be a lot of fans in the stands. Me on the mound.
Fans, remember that it's Friday night here at the ballpark. That means stick around after the game for another Fireworks Friday presented by MLB The Show. The presentation will begin approximately 15 minutes after the final out. So be sure to stay in your seats following the game.
All right.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. And he falls behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, it's just business as usual for him, Matt. He leads the National League in that category. And pitching wins, they just aren't as celebrated these days as they once were. But I'll tell you, if you're leading the league, you're one of the best pitchers around. We'll see if he can hold on and add another win to his total in this one.
Claudio Ayala comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Strike 2 on the curveball. 0-2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95+ mile-an-hour fastballs.
1 ball, 2
that
strikes.
curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
Hit out towards second. To his right, Perella. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here as we'll show you the league ERA leaders.
Yeah, Matt, he's been very impressive this year. He currently leads the entire National League right now. So far this year, nobody's had an answer for his stuff. He's been dominant. Not only that, but the defense behind him has been rock solid as well.
No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far.
Inside.
And he misses with it 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Enos DeLong will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had him off balance all game.
And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. Vincent Heath will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
And he's had a high strike zone all night, so even if you're on the bench, you got to be aware of that.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Wow, talk about a difference that 24 hours makes. Yesterday, these guys were hitting everything in sight, but things sure have changed this time around. They haven't been able to get anything going at all.
Charles Regan will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. From the stretch. Slow curveball at 74, in for a strike. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. You mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
A dive, but he's back. Now the 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Well, so much for being thrown out of rhythm by that leadoff single. Doesn't seem to have affected him one bit. Come back with the 2 straight strikeouts, and now he's turned things around in this inning.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hideki Hida stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because These guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
In there, a base hit. Oh, and it eats him up a bit.
Relay, here we go. Hit me right here.
So striding in, George Springer, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
And the Phils know that one key hit here could make a big impact on the outcome of the ball game.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And with 2 outs, you want to make sure those guys earn that run. Well, don't let them score on a wild pitch.
Throw on to first is in time, and the Phillies are turned away. They get nothing out of this situation as the inning is over. Leading off the inning, Julian Benitez, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
The windup and the 0-1.
Hey, come on now. Here we go.
And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
0-2 is the
Boy,
count.
I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in.
And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game. So he's still got his shutout working here in the 7th, and with that in mind, we check out the league leaders in shutouts.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. So he can just flat out control a game. He's done that so far in this one, and we'll see if he can add another one to his shutouts lead.
Into the box now, Cesar Hernandez. He got called out on strikes his last time through. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. Big, slow breaking ball, one that drops in for a strike. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
And that misses 2-2. Still 2-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. And not be giving up walks at this stage of the game, because those could be fatal.
No, I don't.
And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Now batting,
Claudio Ayala stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Cut fastball taken for strike 1. Now a cut fastball, but that doesn't threaten the zone. It's even at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. Around first, heading for second now. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
No runs, 5 hits, and 1 error in the ballgame for the Phillies so far. And, oh, look out, as the cutter ran way in and just about drilled him. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And after you move a guy off the plate,
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Big Dog Bobo
Dog.
will stand in again
Bobo.
as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ball game on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here.
Boom. 8 rows into the upper deck.
Hey, here we go. Clutch up for us right here, buddy.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. This is lined to left, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
And that's one of those plays.
Yeah.
Enos DeLong digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1. So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games.
Well, it's just business as usual for him, Matt. He leads the National League in that category. You gotta love a pitcher that can finish what he starts. He's a workhorse if I ever saw one. And a great competitor, too.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
One down here, fellas.
Nope.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul for the second strike. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. McCauley on the move, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. Around second. He'll try for third. The relay throw, and it's in time as he's out at third as the good relay gets him.
Oh, well, once his ball got out there, you figured it was a sure double, but he decided to risk it and try for 3. It's a pretty big gamble to take when you're already in scoring position, and here it doesn't pay off.
Standing in now, Charles Regan, as he'll take a look at a high strike here on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Come on now, here we go, guys.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Skied in the air to straightaway left. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Phillies down in order. They're still down. It's 2-0. Back in the city of brotherly love with Major League Baseball on. Hideki Kida will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth, as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
In there at the knees, strike 1.
The pitch count, you asked, right at 100 now, but I think this is still a game that he can finish off, no doubt about it.
Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2.
And this is part of why he's had a lot of success so far. He's done a lot of work on the edges and stayed out of the middle of the strike zone.
And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time?
Wow.
Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. Hit hard to short. Mathiasen over to his left. And he's retired here, 1 away.
The right fielder, number 4, George Springer.
George Springer will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 runner at a time.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. On to first, and now the Phillies are down to their final out.
Now batting, Center fielder.
Julian Benitez will stand in now as their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th.
Yeah, just one final hurdle here before he finishes off the shutout.
Here we go, guys.
And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed 1-1. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, we've talked about it all throughout this game. He was completely in charge, essentially, from pitch 1. And now he finishes off a masterful performance here, getting the complete game shutout.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. And guys, you can't win if you can't score, so there's probably not a whole lot of debate about who'll take home Topps Player of the Game honors in this one.
Yeah, definitely no debate as far as I'm concerned. He was really in complete control the whole way through. Only really got into trouble a few times, and he winds up with the complete game shutout.
Final line score tonight.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smart...
12 strikeouts. That was bad. Won the last 2 innings. How many games we got left? We got 3.5 weeks left. 66 and 75. We are not gonna make the playoffs. And the Braves must be tanking. Marlins are 7 games out of the wild card. How is that possible? 7 and 10 in their last 10 is how that's possible. Seven games. We can do this, guys. Come on, win. Yeah, win, and a loss. Sucks. I don't know. 8 and 2 in our last 10. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Came back from 2 base hits in training. Let's see. Probably against the Cubbies. Sterling Castro, Bert Pesky, Derek Edgar. Oh man, they got 4 90s. Yeah, I'm done.